So today is August 6th, 2022. And I've been thinking a lot about the balance between light and darkness. And if you've been listening to me for a while, you will know that I am definitely a Christian woman. But I think I have a very practical way of practicing my Christian faith. And I think sometimes you have to study the tools of your enemy for this battle of spiritual warfare that we find ourselves in each and every day. And one of the things I've found in this invisible war is what I'll call it, this invisible war between the male and female gender. And just to let you know, this channel is not for anyone who does not believe in the binary. So if you don't believe in the binary, this channel is not for you. There are definitely other channels and other perspectives you can go to listen to if that's your thing. But here we believe in the masculine and the feminine as the two and the only two energies, the two divine energies to pull from a biblical perspective, of course. We're always will add in a biblical perspective. But I have been thinking about it because one of the things I lead with so much is I lead with my light. So I remember that song as a little kid, This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And I remember that I decided one day, yes, that's for me. I like to walk in the light. And one of my favorite hymns is Jesus, the light of the world. And I love where it talks about we'll walk in the light, the beautiful light. And I've always loved the summer and the spring, and I've always felt a little bit more down in the fall when the days get shorter and it's more darkness. But as I go on this journey of non-exclusive dating, I've found, and I'm starting to notice that while the guys, yes, they're attracted to my light, but what keeps them around is when you add that hint of darkness. So I know as Christians, we're supposed to abstain and we're supposed to wait till marriage to have sexual intimacy. But I have to admit, I've never achieved that in my life because I gotta be honest, I think sex is exhilarating, thrilling, joyous, and spiritual experience. And the few people I have experienced it with, I've only married one, and the last person, we were both married at the time, going through divorce, and I gotta say, it was like the most amazing experience. And during our time of non-exclusive dating, one of the things he said to me was that the reason why he liked me, I'm not going to use his words, but I'm going to summarize. He was attracted to my light. He was attracted to the things about me that were the light in me. He was attracted to the light in me. And I have to admit, I was attracted to the light in him. But you see, with me, I lead with my light. And with him, he led with his darkness. But I saw a light in him. And that's what I was attracted to. So I think when we talk about this invisible war between male and female, I think it's kind of a power struggle. So men, they value their freedom, and women value relationship and connection. And the war is, okay, who's going to get what they want out of this? So, he wanted to keep me around, but he also wanted his freedom. And I wanted the relationship and the connection. And for a while, it looked like I was losing because I was so smitten by him and his light and everything he did to pour into me and to just build up my self-esteem. And I just wanted to hold on to that. And it came to a point where I kind of felt like I was being taken for granted. And the times he would call and pursue were getting further and further and farther between. So he went from several times a day to every day to several times a week to not calling for 2 weeks. And to me, the last straw was going almost the entire month and without calling. And unlike some people who, like some women might do some yelling and screaming and nagging and all that back leading, I just sit back, lean back and observe and pay attention to what's going on and, let the man hang himself. And that's exactly what he did. And he came back basically almost demanding that things go back to the way he wanted them to go. He wanted things to go his way. And then it was kind of like, when are you going to come and spend time with me? Because we hadn't spent time together in months at this point. And it was like, when it got to a point in conversation, I've been talking to you for hours. I want to know, when are you coming to spend some time with me? You need to, come spend time with me. And I was like, this is my response. This is where the dark side came out. Because I knew at that point I had the power. And he was posturing like he had the power. But I knew that I was the one who held the power. I was the one with the softest place on earth that he wanted to get back inside of that love that he had experienced and that he was longing and he was yearning for. And I had said to him, I think we just want two different things. And I think it's just better if we just let this go. And oh my goodness, that was it. I went to the dark side and I regained my power. And he was like very surprised that I said that. And everything in his tone of voice changed from this arrogant, pompous, sure of himself man to this like, oh my God, I done messed this up. It's like, oh my God, I messed this up. Wait a minute. Let's talk about this. We gotta talk about this. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean we want two different things? Are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to do? And like his tone of voice, I could tell it changed. And I could tell at that point he understood what he was doing with. He was like, I see you sit here and just pay attention and you don't say nothing. And of course, I didn't confirm and I didn't deny. I just said, okay, I think we just want two different things. And I think we should just let this go. And really, what it came down to was that what was the point? What was the point in having this circular argument? And there was no change in result. We did not become exclusive at all. He wasn't in a place he wasn't ready to be exclusive, everything he had going on in his life, and I won't say what he had going on, but he was not in a place where he was ready to be exclusive. So it was just time to just put the final nail in the coffin and just put an end to that non-exclusive dating relationship. Because sometimes you got to realize it's just because you meet somebody doesn't mean you have to attempt a full relationship with them. And just because you did something with that person in the past doesn't mean you have to continue doing what you were doing with that person in the past. And that's kind of the point of view I came from. And so it was like a turning point in that relationship, because it was like, am I going to be this person that is going to be controlled by this man's male principle, or am I going to get my power back and be like, no, I'm not going to be controlled. No, I'm not going to just jump when you say jump. I am a person. I have value. I have standards. And I will not be misused or abused. And that's basically what it came down to. So I hope you all like this story, because that's all for now.